It's QVC day again today. We're going out live here from our workshop to QVC in London at 5 o'clock today. So I'm just mixing up all my paints now, diluting them. Got all sorts of different colours, old paints, new paints. Sieve them all through, pop them in the paint spray. Set up about probably 12 different colours, I think, and do about 15 different actual items that I'm going to be paint spraying. So it's a busy hour. If you do get a chance, or you don't get to see it live at 5 o'clock, just have a little look online, because they do continue to repeat them, I think, for a few days afterwards. But wear the watch. I've arrived in our workshop to mix up some paints for our show later on this afternoon. However, we had a message through from Steve Graham's wife telling us that it was Steve's 50th birthday coming up.
Well, you're Craig from Big Brother. There you go, look. Yeah.
And would we do a little message for him? I think she was gathering some messages off some other people around Merseyside, or maybe people he'd worked with before in the past. And we thought it'd be quite a funny one to do, because he might remember, what was it, Nick, 6 months ago, 12 months ago maybe? Yeah. Poor Steve was on the Graham Norton show, and he told a funny story about when he was on set. It was the last day of shooting quite an important movie. All his movies are important, of course, but he was shooting this last scene on the last day, and one of the ladies who was working with him, one of the, I don't know what you call him, an understudy or an extra or something, who was in on that day, got chatting with him and asking him how he was and this, that and the other, and she said, you've done really well for yourself, haven't you? And he was like, thank you, I was just having general chit chat. And then she said, she muffled on a little bit more. Anyway, nuts and bolts of it was, she said, I never thought you'd get this far after Big Brother. So she got him mixed up, only a Hollywood superstar actor mixed up for me, Craig Phillips. So all the people in the sound desk on the movie set all heard it. The next day, it was the last day of the shoot, the last couple of days of the shoot. The next day, all the camera crew came in with T-shirts on saying, we love Craig, and a picture of my face on all of these T-shirts. So Graham Norton showed this photograph of Steve's crew on this movie set with my head on their T-shirts. So he told the story, very embarrassed obviously, but when we heard about it and Graham Norton mentioned it, they put it out on social. We did a little video back to him, so hopefully you'll have seen it. If you haven't, check out some of our other videos on the Craig Phillips YouTube channel, the blogs. We've got it on there. But anyway, I know you're watching this, Steve Graham. Happy birthday to you. Welcome to the Over 50s Club. Mixed up all my paints and we are set up here. These are some of the props. This is the show that's... It's live right now, so I have to whisper, but these are the props. Fence panels again, some masking up over there, masking up on that window, benches, decking, front door, fence panels, side door, back door, whatever you call them. Plaster work on there, garden furniture, different types. I've got to go because we're only in about 5 minutes. Got Catherine. Hi, Catherine. I'm very well. I couldn't hear you. Apologies about that, but it's lovely to hear your voice now. Thanks. Absolutely, yes. I mean, we're set up here. I've probably got about 12 to 14 different demonstrations I want to show you live in this next hour, all using the Wagner handheld paint sprayer. I'll start off with the small reservoir. We get 2 reservoirs, of course, with it. This small one is for anything wood or metal around the home or garden. So it could be fencing, decking, metalwork, woodwork, aluminiums, plastic, UPVC. It doesn't matter. Any paint, any colour, any brand. And in the larger one, that's for all your walls and ceilings, masonry paint, whether it's plasterwork or masonry, brick and block outside. But let me show you this in action before I start talking about it anymore. This is an old metal garden table. Now look at the detail in there. Imagine trying to paint that up. Look at that transformation in what? Probably 30 seconds maybe? Could have done a little bit more there on the corner, but if you do find you've missed a little bit, just go straight back onto it. It really isn't a problem at all. But they're the type of items which are a nightmare to do with a paintbrush or a roller, where your Wagner makes them just look brand new, you know, and that's down to the technology, the atomization of that paint. We mentioned earlier, the paint comes out the very center here, the very center here, and you've got two air little holes either side, so that turbine pushes that air, it turns it into an atomization, so it's a small mist of paint. You just hold it about 4-6 inches away and just keep it going up and down, all left to right. The choice is yours. And I mentioned earlier the nozzle, we can turn it in between, so we're not spraying up and down, we're not spraying side to side, we're going in between, and that gives a very narrow pass over a paint. So if you were doing spindles, for instance, or something like a garden bench, just have a quick look at this garden bench along there. Imagine trying to paint that again with your paintbrush or your roller. It would be very, very difficult, but not with the Wagner, not when you've got the nozzle turned to one side. Here we go. What a finish. Isn't that beautiful? Really, really is nice. Whew. That was a frantic hour. We're on air for 57 minutes and I pretty much don't stop talking and don't stop paint spraying as well. But let me show you what we did in that 50 odd minutes, nearly 1 hour. We done this terracotta pot right the way around there. If you're painting terracotta pots at home, make sure you seal the inside before you put the soil in it, and then your plants and keep watering because it'll push your paint off from the outside. We did a cast iron chair as well. I think that was a kind of a salmon pink to start with. Now it's a bright, vibrant green colour. This fence panel, look at that beautiful colour. Rough sawn timber, it takes ages to do with a brush or a roller. I think it was about 50 seconds and we got that 6-foot fence panel done. I mashed up these mirrors here. Look at Nick's lovely legs there, you can just see them in the mirror there, dangling away. Like a ballet dancer you are, Nick. We spray painted that, but we mashed up all the glass, mashed it, should I say. Likewise with the window on here, we were spray painting this. Look at the finish on that. That's a plaster work, that. It was a dark colour, one single lacquer, one single coat over it, and it is perfect. No drips, brush marks or blemishes whatsoever. We also did, did we do the brickwork? No, I didn't do the brickwork today. I forgot about that. Sorry if anyone watched the live show earlier. But we normally do Artex and brickwork as well, but we missed it out in this show. I'll be getting told off tomorrow. The wooden garden bench as well. That was a great makeover. Wicker furniture. Imagine trying to do that with a paintbrush or roller. Look at the finish on it. That was sprayed in about 40 seconds. 4 square meters of decking. Put the extension handle on there. Sailed through it with the Wagner. UPVC door as well. That was done in about 40 odd seconds. Picket fencing. Everyone hates painting picket fencing. Really, really hard to do. I did that 2 meters in length of that. Probably about 2 minutes, I think it was. They timed it on there. This is a wood treatment, a varnish that's gone over there. So it's looking a bit patchy now because it's dry and dark, but the wet bit is still light colour. But in the morning, that will be a solid, nice dark brown. On there, that was the woodwork. Then we did more plaster work, or this is the render work with the window. And we started the programme off with a metal cast iron table and also this beautiful plastic UPVC pot. Look at the finish on that. That is beautiful. I've been mixing up my Frenchy paints and some of them alfresco paints, and their trim paint work a treat with the Wagner paint sprays. They really, really do. So I'm all done now. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go and get, I think, a beer actually, and have my dinner. See ya.